From the heartbeat of the Republic, this is the PAWA podcast. Be powerful. Bringing you independent voices, expert opinion, driving change.
Welcome to part 2 of Mjue Kiongozi Wako's series, where we are featuring Faith Kasina, MCA Aspirants, Matopeni Spring Valley Ward in Embakasi Central Constituency. Karibu sana, Faith.
Asante.
So now we are going to a very, very interesting session where we get to know about your vision better. So, Faith, tell us about your manifesto or your vision for the people of Matopeni Springs Valley Ward.
My vision for the Matopeni Spring Valley Ward ni kwanza kurudishia mwananchi power. I think the previous leadership, and I'm not like saying kiongozi hakufanya kazi ama this happened, the previous leadership has actually, nitasemaje, imetenganisha mwananchi na power yake. And that's where mwananchi lost the power they had, and actually thought that kiongozi, mwakilishi actually, mimi napenda kuitwa mwakilishi because naenda kuwakilisha watu, forgot that actually huyo mwakilishi ni mtu ameandika kazi, you know, because for me, public participation is where people make decisions, and I've attended public participations kadhaa sana, and one of the things I've realized is that young people do not attend public participations in my wards. You go to public
and
participation.
You want to change that?
Yes. You go to public participation and you find that mko vijana watano. How do you expect the things that you want done? Because vijana ndo wanalianga, we don't have this and this, you know. How do you expect the things you want done to be done if you don't have your voice there? For me, it's about giving mwananchi the power to make the decisions and to decide this is what we want done in our ward.
Okay. Through
the public participation. Secondly, we've had the culture in the hizi miaka 5 zimepita, tumeanza culture ya before, like if the leaders want to issue bursaries tomorrow, people will queue from today usiku saa 1. That is so dehumanizing.
They queued the previous day?
Yes.
Why?
Watu wana queue usiku.
Why don't they show up on the same day the bursaries are being given?
Thank you. Because that is what the leaders have invented, that people have to queue usiku ndio at least waonesha people really want the bursaries. Wamama wanalalanga nje, and bado you will queue and you will miss the bursary. And still wale watu hawana watoto watapewa wauzie watu wako na watoto shule.
So there's no vetting process of who is needy?
There is no vetting process of who is needy. People just queue. Wengine hawana watoto. And wale wenye close with the leaders, wenye hata hawana watoto, wanapewa bursary. And so they come and sell to the people who are needy at 2,000 shillings. Na bursary ni 5,000.
Wow.
That is one of the things that really pissed me off. I had not actually seen it. So, hii mwaka imekuwa, imepita ndo, mpaka hizi basari zimepeanwa juzi. That's what people did. Queued the whole night. Na bado utapata basari asubuhi.
Thank God all the current formations have promised free education. So hopefully we don't get to see a lot of that.
Yes. But that is so dehumanizing to me.
It is.
And that is one of the things I want to change. And also to make sure that bursary goes to the needy.
Those who need it.
Na hakuna mtu ana mtoto anapewa bursary aende akauzie mtu. Why are you, wewe mbona wewe unachukua na hauna mtoto ukauzie mtu? Ati ule mtu maskini kabisa unamuuzia 2,000. Huyo mtu kama anataka bursary ni kumaanisha hana. And Mike, I'm coming from the point of I needed a bursary nikiwa shule na sikupata. So I suffered my high school life. you know, and I don't want someone else
and
to
your
suffer
story
to
is
suffer
the
the
story
same
of
way.
so many
Exactly.
young people.
I don't want someone else to suffer the same way. Na pia staki ati mtu juu hakunivotia asafe. Because also the reason why my mother was not getting bursaries is because she was against the leadership. You know. So for me,
So she was discriminated against.
yes. So for me that is something I want to end kabisa. That kiongozi ni mwakilishi wa watu wote. Na mwakilishi anafaa kuangalia who deserves this the most. Kitu ingine ni watu kwetu kuna water cartels. Na kwanza ule mzee anafunguanga maji.
Yeah.
Ule mzee anafunguanga maji. Akikosana na mtu mmoja hiyo area, anafunga maji hiyo area mzima. You will not get water. Ni one of the things wamama wamenikuta wakiteta. And this I'm saying, ni vitu mimi nimesikia from mwananchi directly. You know, like mi nakuta mwananchi ananiambia mimi shida yangu ni maji. Na ule mtu mwenye anafunga maji tunamjua. And it's something we've tried to do. I think when ukifuatilia Kayole Community Justice Center, 2 years ago tulifanya research ya maji, tukapima maji, tukapata maji ya boho lenye watu wanaekewa si clean, you know.
Yeah.
Haifai kukunywa, and that's what people are drinking. It's the water that is connected to people's houses. Hiyo clean water yenye watu wanafaa kupata. When we went to approach Nairobi waters, things turned out differently. People were arrested and all that. And so that is one of the things I want to change. Because water cartels wamekwamilia wanafungulia watu maji safi for hours. You know, kuna areas wajaipata maji. You know, like kuna areas mtu anaweza kwambia sijaona maji safi ya kukunywa for an year. Anaombanga hizi areas zingine because my community is imegawanyika na villages. Also, I know it sounds very funny, but issue ya kunguni. When
Come again, did I hear that right?
Yes, bed bugs. When I was doing my door-to-door, the things wamama wananiambia, ukiingia jaribu tu utafute watu watupulizie kunguni.
In the houses?
Yes. Bed bugs zilikwama kutokuisha kwetu.
Isn't that a matter of personal hygiene probably?
No. Hata watu wale wasafi aje zilikwama kuisha. So
there's an infestation, you say, an epidemic of bedbugs.
Kwetu. I know it sounds really funny. Watu wanaona ni kama si issue. But
it is a real issue for the people of Kayole.
It's a real issue for the people of Kayole. And it's actually something that most people wameweka in their manifesto, wale watu wanavaa hiyo area. Because it's a need.
Serious.
It's a need for the people.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hii Kenya tatuonyesha mambo. Let's continue.
Yes. And then also, I think one of the things one of the things I would want to do is just focus on young people and women.
The empowerment of young people and women?
Yes. Personally, being a young person and also a young woman, we've really tried. Unaona watu wanaambianga kuna youth fund.
Yes, youth fund.
Mike hizo vitu. Si easy kupatikana venye tunaambiangwa ati endeni tu kwa youth
fund, yes.
Nini mtapata. It's not as easy as people think. And one of the needs ya young people from my meetings with them is even how to draft a concept ya kuendea hiyo pesa na the proposal ya kuenda kupewa hiyo pesa. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Because they have ideas, you know. But the biggest problem is how do we put these ideas into paper? So one of the things that leaders have not done and young people wamewakuta kuambia wadu, just kuleta tu mtu train youth groups on how to do a proposal. But also not looking at, I think also our biggest problem as young people, tumekuwa tukiangalia kawash. Yani ukienda tu kwa kiongozi ni kawash.
Kinyozi.
Kwetu ni kawash, ni ugonjwa ya kawash. Yani unaenda, kawash zimejaa kila mahali na hakuna gari za kuosha. Because hatuna magari mingi, that's the truth. So what else can young people do? And one of the things is just to train young people on economic empowerment, hizo skills zenye how you can empower yourself economically, but also sharing opportunities. Because when you have opportunities, ma leaders wanapelekanga watu wao close. They forget wale watu waliwaomba kura. na wale watu waliwaeka hapo, and we have opportunities. We even have opportunities from just engaging young people na in their youth groups, because they have youth groups.
Yes.
Make them just make them busy with opportunities and with the ideas they have. Watu wa Nduthi walinikuta juzi wakaniambia, if there is one thing tunataka ufanye ukiingia, ni utusaidie kuform sako na igrow. Juu sisi tumejaribu kusave, imetushinda, na wale watu, ule mtu promise kutusaidia kutengeneza sako haijawahi happen. So sisi tunataka tutengeneze sako where we can borrow. Hizi pesa zetu tunaikanga za Nduthi, tunaweza enda tubai hata shamba tuhamie hapo. Young people have the ideas, we need to listen to them and help them, just make them happen.
Okay, very, very insightful.
Sina vitu mingi.
Hizo.
Na kwama hapo.
Okay.
Because also I don't want to overpromise.
Okay. Given also the period in which you have to do all this.
There's a problem when you come on, when you go to interviews and you want people to see niko na ideas kubwa na dreams kubwa za mtaa yangu. But then mimi nataka vitu zinaweza happen.
The basic things.
Yes. Can we make it happen? You know, your idea sako can happen. And then in 5 years, au watu wataenda wanunue shamba, wahamishe hata family zao, waseme at least I own a house somewhere. Yes, and we've seen it happen with other groups za watu wa Nduthi, and it can happen. We've seen mavijana wakisema, by the youth group yetu tulikuwa tunafanya hivi, sasa tunadu hivi, you know, through engagewa further from the ideas you have, because they have ideas. How do we make sure that these ideas zina happen without kuambia mayouth kujieni nini za car wash? Sisi idea, because my leaders wote ideas zao,
you don't want to propose ideas, you want them to come with their own ideas and you support them.
Yes, because I've gone to their hizo base zao, mavijana wako na ideas na wanadu vitu. Kila saa unaonanga watu wakisema vijana wa Kayole ni walezi, you know, wanakaa tu wakitengeneza lugha different, hakuna kitu wanadu, you know, but
kwa hiyo mtaeji.
But ukweli mavijana wa Kayole, they're very creative. They also need platforms. They also need mtu wa kuwasikiza, because they have ideas. And that is what we lack at the moment.
Okay, so from what I've heard, representation is very key.
Yes.
For you, that you want that the interests za watu wa Matopeni should come from them.
Yes.
Yours is to facilitate as a leader.
Yes, exactly.
You've talked about sanitation, mambo ya maji, cartels in Kayole, and in many parts of Nairobi.
Yes.
Water is controlled by cartels, but water is a basic right.
Yes. And you know, Mike, it's actually funny. 10 years ago, in Kayole, mtaa yetu, hatukuwa na hizo shida mingi za maji. 15 to 10 years ago, hatukuwa na shida ya maji. So shida ya maji imeanza juzi venye cartels wameona population imeanza kugrow. And because population yetu ikuwa kubwa sana, ni kijiji tu imeanza juzi, ijaanza kitambo, like 20 years ago, you know. So cartels wakaona hii population ina grow, so what can we do to get money? And by the way, juzi one of the people who own boreholes alikuta mama yangu akamwambia, we'll make sure msichana wako ataingia. Jendo alikuwa anasema maji yetu ni chafu.
You're already a threat.
Yes.
Okay. Let's hope the best. Let's hope the people make the right decision, and hopefully we get to see the end of this water crisis in Kayole. Now let's move a little bit, change the discussion. I know this being the first time you're doing this.
Yes.
There are challenges.
Yes. Yes.
Sijui challenges gani umepitia? I know you've mentioned the issue of the party structures and everything.
Yeah.
And but what other challenges have you encountered as you ukitafuta kura kwa wananchi?
I think issue ya do. Ule MCA ametoka, alikuwa anaitwa hoteli. Juu ya venye alikuwa anajenga watu mado. So ametoka, amezoesha watu. Akikuja tu kuona watu wapea more than 1,000. The least he can give you is 1,000. Then there is me.
Is he still vying?
No, he's gone to vie for the governorship.
Wow, from an MCA to governor.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Isiolo.
But
also, now there's you with nothing. I'm telling you, Mike.
Just an idea.
My friend was telling me, yours is the will and the body. Because I'm so willing. I am willing to be... I'm willing to be the change and to lead my people. But again, I don't have what they expect me to have. And one of them is money. When they come to meet me, they expect me to give them money. When we go for rallies, they expect me to give them money. And also rallies. Organizing a rally is
very expensive.
It's very expensive. And I've not done one rally. Mi sijafanya hata rally moja. Hata posters nilipata from a friend, So, I think I wasn't so prepared on how expensive elections are in Kenya. Because they are very, very expensive. I wake up in the morning and I have like 3 people waiting for me. Hiyo tu ni nikiamka. 3 people waiting for me with their issues. And I don't have anything to give them. So the maximum I can give you, umekuja mtoto hana fare ya kurudi shule, umekuja hauna fee, umekuja... I'm telling you, Michael, when people see you're vying, people
assume you have a lot of money.
A lot of money. Especially, and I am getting this because I also work with big organizations. People do not even know that Amnesty wata kusupport, that PAWA wata kupea pesa ya Quran. Because people see you're working with PAWA 254 in your organization, you're working with Amnesty Kenya, you're working with, and you have money, You're
holding community forums.
Yes, I'm holding community forums because they are continuing even right now. But now people say, when I'm supported to hold community forums, nimeachwa na pesa mingi sana ya campaigns zangu. And also another thing is the aspect of umeolewa, uko na mtoto. There's a place where I went to kuuza sera, and the first thing someone asked me is, are you married? And I was like, tunafaa kubeba mabwana tuende nao county assembly, because I don't understand where bwana anaingililia kwa mimi kutaka lead my people.
True.
Mike, I've been doing this through my organization. I've been supporting.
They've seen you fight for their rights. They've seen you do amazing things. They've seen change come as a result of the work that you do.
Yes.
But then they didn't ask you whether you were married or not.
Yes.
But now,
when I am actually saying, we can take this to another place, Wananiuliza, are you married? Do you have children? I don't have children. I am not married, but I am capable, and that is, people do not want to look at whether you're capable or not. They want to look at whether you're married. And it's actually a way to cut women from going for these spaces.
Leadership positions,
There's someone who was telling me I will need to have a ring while going to these spaces, And I told them I will not buy a ring to lie. If people cannot accept me as I am, because nimepeleka watoto shule bila kuolewa na bila kukua na mtoto, if people cannot accept me like I am, the way I am right now, wacha tu wakae. I don't have a ring, I'm not married.
And I think this is a message that really needs to get out to our voters, that you do not need a husband or a wife to complete you as a leader.
Yes.
And that is why we are having this discussion, so that people understand that when when you're going to vote, you're going to vote because you want a leader who will represent you,
exactly,
a leader who will oversight, who will carry out oversight duties, and a leader capable of making legislations. Mambo ya marriage is not important.
Exactly.
It does not even help at this point.
I've been wondering, are you supposed to go with your husband to the county assembly? Anakaa hapo as you make, as you oversight and you do the rest of the work that you're supposed to do for the mwananchi.
And this is more so to ladies. I rarely hear a man saying, I was asked, are you married? Bibi yako ako wapi? It's mostly ladies. And I think this is one area that the voters, those listening to us, need to really, really, really critically think about it and look for other ways of vetting our candidates on the most important issues. Challenges gani tena Faye?
Kuna places niliambiwa nisiende na trouser. When ukiingia ground unaingia na trouser. Juu kunaweza haribika na juu ya kutembea. And my community iko na Muslims na iko na Wakristo. Waislamu waliniambia you have ideas. Because from the things we do, that organize talent za vijana and all that mtaani, kaniambia tunahitaji viongozi kama wewe, lakini sasa ukikuja kuja na dera. Ukikuja kutuomba kura kuja na dera. It's fine, but kuna mtu atakuona hivi na aseme huyu juu tu ya dera peke yake, juu tu ya kukosa kuvaa kulingana na nini yetu, sitampea kura.
They judge you on that.
Yes, they judge you on that. Because it's just about what the society, some norms that do not even... Okay, I am sorry, but to me, I don't think they make sense at that moment, because ukiingia ground na unaenda kutembea sana, and you, for anything, for security purposes, you need a trouser ndio utoke mbio. Personally, navanga trouser ndio nitoke if anything happens.
Yeah, knowing how what Kayole is.
Yes, so if
anything can happen.
Exactly. So just for the sake of security, for me, wearing a trouser is better, because naeza toka mbio.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yes, but also other things that I've gone through is there's a time I was thinking of getting into a party, because zile vitu independent walikuwa naitishwa, it was too much. So nikafikiria kuingia kwa party. The party leader, the chair wa hiyo party, aliniambia I have to, and until kuna messages nitumia. I blocked him. So there's a mistake I made and unblocked everyone in my phone. I had blocked. And the first thing he sent me is, can we go on a date in Nyeri? That is what he was telling me, that 22 dates Nyeri, and then nitakufanyia siasa, nitakukampenia. And ananionyesha hizo gari za kukampeni. So I know you can really be tempted when you know you have hauna kitu ya kukampeni, hauna hata posters kwa ground. But nilirudi nikajiambia, is it even worth it? And I'm actually thinking how many women go through that, because simply unajua hatuna wamama wengi hawana hiyo do.
Yeah, true.
And actually is not even from the parties. Hiyo ni ya party. Hata wanaume wenye wako mtaani wanataka kusupport wale mabwenyenye. Anataka kuenda date na wewe ndio akusupport.
And that doesn't happen to men.
Yes, because and right now I'm like, wacha tu niongoje ile support nitapata enye ikuji na hizo vitu. Okay. Because if you want to support me without asking me for a date. Ati tuende date mahali hatuonekani. So mbona unajificha kama ni date ya kuenda kunisupport openly? Wow. Let's do it openly. Mahali watu wanaona Kasina alikuwa date na Mike. It's open. So why are we hiding? Kuenda kwa lodge huko tumejificha. Kama ni support genuine. Ati tukutane kwa hii guest house sijui gani. Mpaka imefika mahali nikajiambia, by the way, wacha nikute Mwananchi nikiwa venye niko. Like Mwananchi knows I have nothing. Hiyo
support yako ikae.
Yes, Mwananchi knows I have nothing. Wacha niingie ground hivyo bila anything. Mwananchi kama atanikataa because ya kukosa, wacha nikatae juu ya kukosa. Lakini I will not go sleep with people ndio nipate favors ama nipate pesa kufanya campaign.
And I admire you for saying no for such advances. And I hope the voters of Matopeni see the integrity in you as a person and do the right thing. I know it's the silly season and anything goes, but it's unfortunate that as a society that's what happens. But anyway, as we come to the tail end of our conversation, which has been very, very nice, at least the people get to know who Faith Kasina is. How will the people hold you accountable? If supposing on 11th or 10th, wewe ndo IBC imekutangaza, that's what people say. How will people hold you accountable moving forward?
I think one of the things is I'm not even going anywhere. Nitakuwa hapo. And I keep saying public participation because utajua ni pesa ngapi ilitolewa. Kiongozi wako anafaa kuwa na gani. Ndio hata ukinihold accountable, tukikutana kwa hizo meetings, unaniuliza what happened to our money. And that's why I keep saying public participation. Because public participation is everything. Hata tukiitwa meetings na viongozi, they rarely come. And when people come, kitu wanaona ni pesa. Iko na pesa. So for me, it's actually a call tu wananchi wa Matopeni na Spring Valley. Hata kama sitaingia, tujue mwenye ataingia ni mwakilishi wetu. Na ukiitwa, uende public participation ama meeting ikiitwa, do not ask for money. Because that means, ukiuliza pesa na ukose kuenda, kama kuna accountability inafaa kufanyika, swali lako halitakuwa hapo, na utakuwa represented.
Kweli.
So for you to be represented and for kiongozi wako kurepresent, jitokeze. Be an active citizen.
So you're basically telling the people it's your responsibility to hold me accountable.
Yes.
Thank you.
Seek answers, seek accountability by all means.
And you promise to show up.
Yes. Yes, I promise
And
to
we
show
hold
up.
you to that,
Yes.
Faith. Tukimalizia, I want to give you 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes to talk to the voters in Matopeni and Spring Valley.
Thank you. But before I talk to my voters, I want to say a big thank you to the people who have been supporting me all through. I have friends who have come through so much for me, and I'm grateful for the support so far. Going through the clearance has not been easy at IBC, but even our watu wa IBC wenyewe made it easier for us, you know, and I'm grateful. Watu wa Matopeni made it easier for me kwa kunipea IDs zao na kunitrust nazo. I am super, super grateful. To the wananchi wa Matopeni, nakuja kwenyu kama mwakilishi wenyu, nataka munipe hiyo kazi ni wawakilishe. Naomba kazi. Nataka munipe hiyo kazi ni wawakilishe, and I promise to work for you diligently. And I'm open kuulizwa maswali. I will make sure that the things I have said today as my manifesto, being aspects of education, women and youth empowerment, water and sanitation, na hiyo story ya bedbugs, tuna deal nayo nikiingia. Asanteni.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to thank you, Faith, for coming to and having this discussion with us. And to the voter of Matopeni, Spring Valley, you've heard what this young lady has to offer. The decision is yours. Ours is to offer you a platform to listen to the visions of the people who seek for political leadership. We hope that through this program, the voters will be more enlightened, so that when you go to vote, you vote for the person who best represents your interest. So that, ladies and gentlemen, marks the end of our part 2 of our second episode of the Mjue Kiongozi Wako series, where we had Faith Kasina, MCA Aspirants, Matopeni, Spring Valley Ward. Faith, we wish you all the best.
Asante.
And that marks the end of our this session. Look forward to the next episode. Asanteni, karibuni tena.
From the heartbeat of the Republic, this is the PAWA podcast. Be powerful.